Selamat malam, rakyat Singapura. Terutama sekali mereka yang tinggal di kawasan undi Jurong yang sedang menonton kami pada masa ini. Saya, Abdillah Zamzuri, seorang calon pada tahun 2015 di Bishan, Toa Payoh. Hari ini, bersama saya ialah 5 warga teladan Singapura yang telah tampil ke hadapan untuk menjadi calon pada pilihan raya tahun ini. Sebagai seorang bekas calon, saya faham betapa sukarnya ataupun banyak usahanya yang dilaburkan ke dalam perancangan dan pelaksanaan kempen ini. Apatah lagi bila parti yang mengikut pilihan raya ini ialah sebuah parti baharu. Sejak hari penamaan calon, kelima-lima individu ini telah bergerak pantas bagaikan orang lama ataupun otai di arena politik. Tidak ada siapa yang dapat menjangkakan bahawa sebuah parti yang baharu mempunyai kebolehan sebegitu. Namun, walaupun ia sebuah parti baharu, individu-individu yang berkhidmat di dalam parti ini cukup berpengalaman di dalam arena politik mahupun aktif di masyarakat sivil. Pilihan raya undi kali ini unik kerana diadakan sewaktu pandemik COVID-19. Secara peribadi, saya tidak bersetuju pilihan raya diadakan dalam waktu ini kerana kami masih lagi dalam keadaan yang genting. Fasa kedua ini telah dipercepatkan untuk memastikan PAP dapat mengadakan pilihan raya. Bukankah patut kami memberikan tumpuan sepenuhnya untuk melawan pandemik ini? Cuba fikirkan. Apatah lagi, pemutus litar atau circuit breaker hanya diadakan untuk memastikan kadar jangkitan berkurangan. Mengapa tidak pihak PAP mengisytiharkan doskon red ataupun doskon merah agar dapat memastikan sekatan pergerakan penuh demi menghentikan penularan virus ini? Jika anda sakit, sudah tentu anda ingin penyakit anda disembuhkan, betul? Anda tidak ingin penyakit anda berkurangan kerana anda bimbang ia mungkin akan menular semula. Dalam waktu COVID-19 ini, kami juga telah lihat betapa kurang cekapnya pihak PAP, terutama sekali dengan undang-undang yang dikeluarkan berkenaan dengan mereka yang berniaga dari rumah ataupun lebih dikenali sebagai home-based businesses. Ramai yang rasa terpincang dan jika mereka tidak bersuara, sudah pasti mereka tidak akan didengari. Kami juga telah pun melihat isu alat mobiliti peribadi ataupun PMD pada tahun lalu di mana PAP telah dengan serta-merta mengisytiharkan larangan menggunakannya di banyak kawasan perumahan. Ini telah mendatangkan kemarahan dan kegelisahan di antara ramai ataupun beribu rakyat Singapura yang memerlukan PMD ini demi menjana pendapatan harian. Saya pasti masih ada lagi yang merana dan terkial-kial untuk membayar pinjaman yang telah diambil untuk membeli alat mobiliti peribadi yang diluluskan LTA. Betul kan? Semua ini dapat dielakkan jika kami mempunyai sebuah parlimen yang terdiri dari individu-individu yang berbilang parti untuk membincangkan dan membahaskan isu-isu ini sebelum undang-undang diluluskan. Masalah yang kami ada sekarang ini ialah anggota parlimen majoritinya semuanya terdiri daripada parti yang sama, menyebabkan mereka semua berfikiran secara berkumpulan ataupun berkomplot. Oleh kerana mereka semua berfikiran secara sama, pastinya mereka akan terlepas pandang isu-isu yang lain. Dan bukan itu sahaja, oleh kerana majoriti dari mereka dari parti yang sama, mereka tidak akan dibenarkan untuk mengundi secara bebas di dalam parlimen sekiranya cambuk parti tidak diangkat. Sebagaimana saya telah kongsikan, pada masa ini kehidupan anda diperintah oleh PAP. Apakah anda ingin terus diperintahkan sebegitu? Untuk diberitahu bila anda dibenarkan untuk melakukan sesuatu dan bila tidak? Bagi saya, tentunya tidak. Kami hidup di Singapura ini sebagai manusia yang merdeka dan bebas. Pastinya tidak ada di antara kami yang ingin diperintahkan sebegitu kerana rasanya seperti seorang hamba. Apabila anda tidak diberikan kebebasan untuk melakukan apa yang anda inginkan dan tidak diberi rasa hormat dan kepercayaan untuk melakukan apa yang sewajarnya untuk diri anda dan keluarga anda. Malam ini, Titik Merah Bersatu akan berkongsi dengan anda, piagam, bagaimana kami ingin memberikan kehormatan dan kepercayaan ini kepada anda untuk memastikan yang anda dapat menjadi nakhoda diri anda sendiri. Pengerusi Titik Merah Bersatu, Michelle akan bermula dahulu. Harap anda dapat memberikan sokongan dan undi anda kepada kami. Sekarang, saya akan berpidato dalam bahasa Inggeris. I will now give my speech in English. Good evening, fellow Singaporeans, especially to those staying in Jurong GRC, who are watching us at this point of time. I am Abdillah Zamzuri, and I was a candidate in 2015 at Bishan, Toa Payoh. Today, I'm here with 5 exemplary Singaporeans who have decided to put their face forward to run in these elections. As a former candidate myself, I understand how much work goes into the planning and execution during this campaigning period. What more when you are a newly formed party? But since nomination day, these 5 individuals have taken from start to sprint like veterans in the political sphere. Who would have thought that a newly formed party would have such capacity to do that? As much as it is a newly formed party, the individuals serving in the party are not new to either the political scene or to civil society. This elections is a special one as it is conducted during the COVID-19 pandemic. Personally, I disagree with having the elections during this period as we are still not out of the red zone yet. Phase 2 has been rushed to ensure that the PAP can hold the elections. Shouldn't we be focused on fighting the pandemic first? In fact, rather than having the circuit breaker, which was designed to slow down the rate of infections, why didn't the PAP push it up all the way to DORSCON rate for a full lockdown so that we can stop the infections? If you are sick, wouldn't you want your illness to be cured? You do not want to slow it down. Otherwise, your illness might come back again. Now, during this COVID-19 period, we have also seen issues of incompetency amongst the PAP with the rulings on home-based businesses. We also had the issue with personal mobility devices last year, where the PAP decided to suddenly implement a ban overnight, causing anxiety and anger amongst thousands of PMD users who were reliant on their PMD to carve a living for themselves. And I'm sure there are still those who are still suffering and struggling to pay off loans that they took on to pay off for the LTA-approved PMD. Now, all of this could have been avoided if we have a parliament of individuals from diverse parties to discuss and debate on these matters before passing the law. Because what we will have in a parliament where the majority comes from one party is what is called groupthink. And because of groupthink, they will miss out on blind spots because they already agree on so many things together and they are not allowed to vote against the party as long as the party whip is not lifted. So as you can see from these little examples that I'm providing you with, At this point of time, your lives are being governed by the PAP in the way they want to. Now, do you want to remain governed as such? To be told when you can or when you can't do something? I don't. I certainly don't. No human being wants to be told, because that feels like slavery, where you are not given the liberty to do what you want and not being given the respect and trust that you will do what is right for you and your family. Now tonight, Red Dot United will share their charter with you on how we plan to give this respect and trust back to you, to let you be the captains of your own lives. Red Dot United's chairman, Michelle Lee, will start us off. And without further ado, I will now hand my time over to her. Do give us your support and your votes this elections. Thank you, Singaporeans.
Dear people of Singapore who have tuned in to watch our e-rally tonight, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to join Red Dot United at our e-rally. Especially to the residents of Jurong GRC, thank you for the warm welcome that you have been giving us when we've been going to your neighborhoods, and thank you for wanting to get to know us better. I'm Michelle Lee. I'm 43 years old, the mother of 3 children in primary and secondary school. I'm an educator and a counselor by profession, although I do have a background in finance and management consultancy, as well as with the Central Bank of Singapore. I would like to first talk about the elephant in the room, which is, why did we start another political party? Well, firstly, let's understand that when it comes to politics, Singapore is way behind other countries in the developed world. So if we look at other countries, their parliaments have many different parties represented in parliament. New Zealand, Finland, and Denmark have populations similar to Singapore. New Zealand has 5 parties in parliament, Finland 9, and Denmark 10. Israel, which is slightly larger than Singapore at 8.65 million, actually has 40 parties contesting in their elections. So in many mature democracies around the world, it is actually the norm to have different parties, and that is because different parties bring different focuses and bring different perspectives and priorities to the governance of a country. Now, across the parties, there can be good relations and cooperation, so when people talk about opposition unity, that's how it works for other countries, and what we can also consider in the future as the political scene in Singapore matures. For now, especially for Singapore, because opposition politics is a difficult road to take, it makes sense to diversify and spread the risk, rather than to all join one party. Now, Ravi and I have been around in the opposition landscape for quite a few years now. It is a colourful world. Each different party has its own clear identity and strong leader heading it. It is because of our deep appreciation for each of those identities that we have chosen to start something new instead, where we would be able to try new directions and perspectives without disturbing the long-standing traditions of the existing parties. However, we are very much looking forward to working together and dialoguing with them. For Red Dot United, we agreed that the sole purpose of the party would not just be getting into Parliament. We have opposition MPs, NCMPs and NMPs, even the occasional PAP MP, who make excellent speeches and highlight the plight of Singaporeans who are suffering. Yet nothing much seems to change. So our goal is not the seats in Parliament. Our goal is really to reach out to touch the hearts and minds of Singaporeans. Because if you, the people, demand change and hold the government accountable to the standards to which a government should be held, then our job will be done. That is exactly what a democracy is meant to be, the power of the people. You should be the best judge of what kind of government you want to see. Look, we had a PAP candidate for Jurong who was not the kind of person the people wanted for an MP, and because you all spoke up, changes were made. That is just an indication of what you, the people, have the power to do. Think of what more we can do if we act together to make the lives of Singaporeans better, not just through empty promises, but through actions that we have outlined in our policies. For example, in Singapore, one problem is that we are often given only one side of the story. So for example, we were told, don't wear masks because it gives you a false sense of security. But actually, this reason was false. It was because they were afraid there wouldn't be enough masks for the doctors and nurses. So in many, many things, we are told only one side of the story, and we are trained to accept it without questioning. Red Dot United believes this is not right. Our nation has over half a century of history as a democracy, and our people should be respected enough for the truth to be told, and then from there to find the best solution to problems from a balanced perspective, from knowing both sides of a situation. So what we are passionate about is educating, enabling, and empowering our people to be interested in politics, to think critically, and to contribute without fear. We want to make politics interesting, accessible, and relevant to all Singaporeans, whether old or young or new citizen. For example, did you know Singapore had the world's longest serving political prisoner after Nelson Mandela? His name was Dr. Chia Tai Po, and he was kept in detention for 32 years. The last part on a hut in Sentosa. At the same time, it was being developed into a holiday island. This man was actually elected as an MP in 1963 for Jurong until he was arrested in 1966. Now we have seen that it almost seems like the end of an era for Singapore politics. For the PAP, the 4G leadership is taking over. Soon we will no longer have a Lee helming the country. And in the opposition, many well-known people have stepped back or said it will be their last election. So there is a space, there is a reason for a new party to put down its roots and start to grow. Now, I would like to introduce Red Dot United's charter for the future. Later, my other team members will go into more detail on some of the specific policies and issues in our charter. But please do look out for it on our website, red.united.sg, and read it for yourselves. We chose to call it a charter instead of a manifesto because it was inspired by a marine analogy, and it also goes with our logo, which is a compass. A sea traveler needs to have a compass in order to guide him through his travels and safely back home. At RDU, we will always be guided by the national principles and values, and our North Star is the people of Singapore, because government should always be about its people. You, the people of Jurong GRC, are also a compass for the nation, because your votes will also help to guide the government in the direction that they should go. Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong said in 2013 that Singapore still needs to think of itself as a sampan. Goh Chok Tong said it again yesterday, that Singapore is still a sampan. And he said we should put outriggers to secure it and a sail to catch the wind and go fast without capsizing. This is very disturbing. I think if you put a craft like that out on the stormy sea, you will be in a lot of trouble. If we are still a sampan after 61 years under the PAP, we have a real problem. And this is the situation Singapore is in today. We have an old, outdated plan. We keep plastering on quick fixes, which we think will help, but actually further destabilize the craft. And what do you think will happen in the end? Especially given our current economic and COVID crisis. PM Lee said in 2013 that his eyes popped out of his head when someone suggested that Singapore can be a cruise ship. He said we would be in trouble if everyone thinks they are on a holiday. That tells you exactly what he thinks of Singaporeans. To him and his government, we must all think of ourselves on a sampan in the rough seas, paddling desperately to keep afloat, afraid that any moment we will tip overboard and be left at the mercy of sharks, waves, and currents. This is why the ruling party is asking the people for a strong mandate, so Singaporeans will give over all control once again so that they alone can continue to operate Singapore and control Singaporeans as they wish. Election after election, once Singaporeans give them the mandate, they tinker not only with our lives and our livelihoods, but even with our constitution. Red Dot United says, "Wake up, Singapore." When the world moves towards powerful zero-carbon ocean liners, we cannot remain a sampan, much less an unstable one with all kinds of contraptions plastered all over it. While a sampan needs just one man to operate it, ocean liners need all hands on deck to take it in a new direction. The compass of Red Dot United points to a future of happiness, hope, and heart. We have set our sights on 3 goals for Singapore to help Singaporeans in 3 ways. 1. Improve your lives and happiness and reduce your anxiety and stress from unnecessary threats to your livelihoods and security. 2. Create more options and choices for you with more flexibility from education to CPF. And 3. Ensure you and your children are truly ready for the future, staying relevant and adaptable. We also incorporate these missions into our vision for Jurong GRC. To improve the lives of residents and reduce their anxiety, we will care for the disadvantaged and elderly residents of Jurong, contributing 1/3 of our salaries back to a Jurong Residents Fund to provide emergency relief for residents facing acute financial distress. This will contribute over $1 million during a 5-year parliamentary term. We will start a buy one, give one meal program for our impoverished elderly so that they can have a free lunch at their hawker centre each day. We will establish a community home care program to assist and befriend residents who need extra care and attention to reduce their stress and anxiety so they can lead a decent and dignified life. We will have a pool of resident volunteers who stand by to help each other, whether to carry groceries or heavy items or accompany elders for hospital appointments. We will be there for you, one or more of us in the town council office every day. To borrow from Grab's slogan, your problems will be our problems. To create more options and choices for the residents, we would like to engage with residents to find out what they would like to see in our town. We will work to design a child-friendly Jurong town after seeking input from designers and children of Jurong themselves. We will develop new spaces for residents to bond and interact with each other. We will strive to provide barrier-free access in public spaces for our differently abled and the elderly in Jurong, and work with businesses and organizations in Jurong to develop age-friendly dining and shopping experiences for them. We believe that residents should have a voice in issues that affect them and propose 4 sectors where residents can participate in decision-making: the environment, safety, arts, and sports. To ensure we are ready for the future, we would create critical thinking, life skills, culture, and languages training programs for the people and children of Jurong. We can explore ways to provide residents with better web accessibility to facilities and services in Jurong and Singapore. We will promote Jurong jobs for Jurong residents and train job-seeking residents in their interviewing and CV skills. We will design an effective recycling, waste management, and composting program for Jurong residents and look into alternative sources such as solar panels and electric cars. RDU believes that the best way to predict the future is to try to create our own. Our nation forged its own way in the early days in an era of turmoil and uncertainty. Why should we continue to believe that we can no longer do so? In this age of technological disruption, we cannot continue to rely on others to captain our lives by telling us what we can and cannot do. This reliance undermines our ability to grow as a society. We need to develop a sense of self-reliance, a belief in ourselves, and a willingness to take control of our own lives. The PAP believes we are not capable of this, that they need to forever keep us in a bubble to protect us. This is not being a caring or a responsible government. It is not getting ready for the future. It is self-serving of the government and designed to keep us forever reliant on them. Red Dot United is a small but talented and capable group, assisted by many able and caring Singaporeans. We have risen to the challenge of the GRC system and are confident we will be able to serve you well in the Jurong Town Council. We have in one team candidates from each of the decades, from their 20s to their 50s, and between us we are able to speak all 4 national languages, and we have also in our team 2 women and mothers to represent the wonderful plurality of the Singapore people, so as to encourage greater foresight into our policy proposals to take advantage of the many opportunities of the future. RDU champions more information, more choices, more equality of opportunity, and help for the disabled and elderly. We believe in people-centered politics. We want Singaporeans to be the captains of their own lives. Old strategies that cannot adapt will not sail Singapore through the coming storms. The only way to steer the government in the right direction is to show them clearly with your vote on polling day. Your vote is completely secret. Please vote for the future of Singapore and all Singaporeans on 10th of July. Please vote Red Dot United.
Dear Singaporeans, I am Nicholas Tang. I am 28 years old and I am working as a legal engineer in an international law firm. I have a background in law with a degree in law from King's College London. I am standing for election because I believe that participation in civil discourse is the duty of every Singaporean. I am hoping that by stepping forward as a candidate, I will energize and encourage the youth to take part in the political process. I believe that many Singaporeans, especially young Singaporeans, are discouraged and apathetic to the political process because they feel like their voices are unheard. This is not true. Your vote is your voice. Every vote points the government in the right direction. This is why having a choice and a chance to vote is so important. At Red Dot United, we believe in giving people more options and more choices, so we can be the captains of our own lives. We want to empower Singaporeans to make their own decisions. The PAP believes that they know better than you how to live your lives. But how can they know the circumstances of every single individual? Everyone has different issues and different problems. But still, the PAP insists on making decisions on behalf of Singaporeans. The result of this is 5 decades of paternalistic policies where they decide how to spend your money, how you should live, and they decide what is best for you. Let me give a simple example of this paternalistic policy making. It is the banning of personal mobility devices, or PMDs, on footpaths. Prior to the ban, there had been an increasing number of accidents and injuries as pedestrians and riders could not agree on how best to share the footpaths. The government opted for the simplest solution, to ban PMDs on footpaths. An analogy to this would be 2 children fighting over a toy. A parent or teacher might confiscate the toy and the problem would be solved. But it does not address the root issue at hand. The children still have no idea how to share, and the problem would persist. They would not have grown or benefited from this. Similarly, by banning PMDs on footpaths, the government has stopped accidents from happening, but they have not addressed the root issue. Singaporeans are still unable to amicably share public spaces. As a result, our society cannot grow and our people are worse off for it. At Red Dot United, we believe that you know better than the government how to live your lives. We want to give you more options, not take them away from you. We want to return social responsibilities back to the people so we can learn and grow as a society. We believe that only you can do what's best for yourself. This is what it means to be captains of our own lives. This is also why legislation like the Protection from Online Falsehoods Act, or POFMA, is so dangerous. Our institutional safeguards have been severely weakened with the introduction of POFMA. The PAP have given themselves enormous powers, attempting to become the initial arbiters of truth for society. I understand the government's concerns about fake news. I myself share many of their concerns. For a time, we looked like we were heading towards a brave new world, where we would be overwhelmed by a sea of information and misinformation, so it would become impossible to discern the truth. We had all seen what fake news can do to harm the democratic process, particularly in the US elections. However, POFMA swings the pendulum too hard in the other direction. We now appear to be headed back to 1984, with our government deciding for the people what is true. The PAP have argued that these powers are to prevent the emergence of a rogue government, but the best safeguard against a rogue government are strong institutions and a people with the right to vote. By weakening our institutions, they are ironically making it easier for a rogue government to assume power. What then is the solution to fake news? Our citizens must be empowered to discern the truth for themselves. As a highly educated population, we cannot be babied and spoon-fed by the government what the truth is. We need to be responsible for ourselves and discern the truth for ourselves. If we are to be captains of our own lives, legislation like POFMA, which gives the executive too much power, must not be allowed to exist. To that end, one of the goals of Red Dot United is to foster an active citizenry. We want to encourage and nurture political discourse in society. Only through conversation can we reconcile our differences and come together as a people. We need to be united against the many problems we face in troubled times. United, we stand. Discussing policies and ideas should not be taboo. We must remove the notion of OB markers from the minds of every Singaporean. Everything must be open to discussion. If we cannot have conversation, then we will be lost as a society. We need only to look at other nations to see what will happen if conversation breaks down. Look at the riots in the United States. Look at the destruction of public property in Hong Kong. It is difficult to imagine Singaporeans protesting on such a scale, let alone rioting. But if we continue to silence people, they will find other ways to be heard. Violence and riots are the voice of the unheard. Movements like Pink Dot or the climate rally must not only be allowed to carry on, they must be encouraged. Instead of silencing them, the government should engage them in discourse. This is why I believe that participation in civil discourse is the duty of every Singaporean. There is much at stake. To quote a wise man, "This is not a game of cards. This is your life and mine." Government decisions and policies affect all of us. We need to be an active part of this process. Win or lose this election, Red Dot United is committed to fostering this active citizenry. Only by knowing the policies and decisions at stake can Singaporeans make responsible and informed decisions for themselves. And so we have come a full circle. We need to become the captains of our own lives. Red Dot United is committed to advocating for policies which return these choices and options back to the people. We need to assume these responsibilities for ourselves, or we will never grow as a nation. Your vote is a sacred thing. It is the power of every Singaporean to control the direction of this country. Come July 10th, you must exercise this power. Vote to point the government in the right direction. Vote for Red Dot United.
Assalamualaikum dan salam hormat. Penduduk Jurong GRC dan teman-teman senegara. Nama saya Muhammad Fazli bin Talib. Saya pernah bertanding di pilihan raya umum pada 2011 di kawasan undi berkumpulan East Coast. Saya kini di antara ahli anggota Titik Merah Bersatu atau lebih dikenali Red Dot United. Pada tahun 2011, saya berusia 29 tahun. Seperti rakyat muda Singapura, saya mempunyai impian untuk berjaya, untuk hidup dengan selesa. Malah, perjalanan saya agak mencabar untuk memenuhi impian-impian itu. Sepanjang 10 tahun saya berkhidmat di arena politik, saya pernah mengalami dan juga berprihatin pada pelbagai masalah yang dialami oleh kamu semua warga Singapura, seperti masalah sosial, kewangan, pekerjaan, persaraan dan juga ekonomi yang kini melanda di Singapura. Hingga kini, isu-isu itu adalah wujud dan ramai warga Singapura tidak dapat bersara dengan selesa. Malah, ada warga emas kita juga harus bekerja dalam waktu persaraan mereka di masa kini. Mereka bekerja bukan untuk menjadi kaya, tapi perlu menangani kos sara hidup yang agak sukar. Warga muda kita juga mempunyai masalah mereka yang tersendiri. Masalah yang mereka hadapi pula di antaranya ialah kestabilan pekerjaan, kadar kenaikan pendapatan atau gaji yang agak lemah, dan kos sara hidup yang tinggi akibat inflasi dan kelembapan ekonomi sedunia. Isu-isu ini sebegini hangat dibentangkan pada setiap pilihan raya umum. Malah isu kos sara hidup, pekerjaan dan persaraan masih jadi tumpuan di kalangan warga Singapura. Pilihan raya umum kali ini lebih mencabar kerana kita menghadapi masalah pandemik COVID-19 serta kelembapan ekonomi sedunia. Calon-calon titik merah bersatu Red Dot United yang ditampilkan dalam pilihan raya umum 2020, Encik Ravi Filaman, Puan Liana Damira, Puan Michelle Lee, Encik Alex Top dan juga Encik Nicholas Tan, mempunyai kekuatan tersendiri pelbagai pengalaman dari sektor sosial, peguaman, politik serta seni dan budaya. Mereka telah bergiat bersama badan-badan sukarelawan, NGO dan badan sosial sepanjang masa mereka. Saya yakin dengan pengalaman mereka, mereka boleh menjalankan amanah sebagai ahli anggota Parlimen Jurong GRC dengan lebih baik, tulus ikhlas dan sentiasa menjadi suara anda di Parlimen. Para penduduk Jurong GRC, anda mempunyai kuasa untuk membuat pilihan yang bernas pada pilihan raya umum kali ini. Undi anda pada titik merah bersatu atau Red Dot United memberi calon-calon kami peluang untuk berkhidmat bersama anda. Jika calon-calon Red Dot United dipilih, Persatuan Rakyat atau PA, ahli anggota akar umbi atau grassroots members, serta calon-calon Parti Tindakan Rakyat akan masih jadi penasihat di akar umbi dan terus bergiat di kawasan Jurong GRC. Para penduduk GRC di Jurong, saya menyeru anda memberikan mandat yang kukuh untuk calon-calon Red Dot United pada 10 Julai nanti. Kini izinkan saya untuk memberi ucapan dalam bahasa Inggeris. Good evening, my fellow friends and residents of Jurong GRC. My name is Muhammad Fazli bin Talib. I'm a member of Red Dot United. I was a candidate in East Coast GRC in 2011. At that time, I was 29 years old. Like many young Singaporeans at that time, I have a vision in life to be successful and to live a comfortable life with my friends and family. However, life is not easy back then. Throughout my political journey, I've experienced and very concerned with a variety of social, financial, unemployment, and retirement issues that were faced by my fellow friends as well as residents in Jurong GRC. Many Singaporeans that I've met in Jurong GRC unable to retire comfortably, or some of them even struggle in their retirement days. In fact, we still see seniors who still struggle throughout their retirement life. They are still working in their life not to become rich, but to really overcome the high cost of living in Singapore. Our young citizens have their own problem as well. The problem that they face, job stability, the security in their jobs, a relatively weak income or a very poor salary increment, and high cost of living due to inflation as well as slow economic downturn. These are the hot button issues in every elections. High cost of living, retirement, job security, as well as employment are the main focus in this GE. In this GE, we also face another issue of the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as the economic downturn. Red Dot United candidates, Mr. Ravi Philaman, Michelle Lee, Mr. Alex Stock, Ms. Liana Damira, and Mr. Nicholas Tang are featured in this GE to give you a voice, and they have their own distinctive strength with a wide range of experience from social developments, legal, politics, arts and cultures. They have engaged with various volunteers groups, social services centers, as well as NGOs throughout their whole life serving you. I'm confident with their experience and expertise, they can discharge their duties as members of Parliament for Jurong GRC better, sincere, and also be a voice of Parliament. Your vote for Red Dot United give our candidates the chance to serve you. You don't need to worry about the People's Association or grassroots leaders that's not serving you anymore. In fact, they will still be there for you. The PAP candidates will be served as advisors in Jurong GRC. Therefore, friends and residents of Jurong GRC, I urge you to give Red Dot United a strong mandate to be in the Parliament serving you in Jurong GRC. Come 10 July, cast your vote. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alec Top of Red Dot United, and thank you for joining us for this live stream. It's a very special elections this year. I'm sure you already know that. Michelle, our chairperson, has already explained to you why Red Dot United was formed and why we thought it appropriate to have a new party join the political scene in Singapore. So I'm not going to go into that. I'm just going to concentrate on two topics which I think young people in Singapore will, like, right? The gig economy, all right, freelance work. And I'm going to talk a little bit about arts and culture, because that's my thing, okay? But now I'm just going to talk a little bit about topics which I think older people in Singapore will find more important. So for now, maybe it's a good time for you to get your parents, your father, your mother, your grandparents, grandfather, grandmother, bring them in front of the laptop and join us on this live stream, because this is going to affect them a lot. 大家好，我是红点同心党的卓金岩，新加坡最年轻的党派的最老的成员就是我，卓金岩。我不知道你们觉得这一次的大选怎么样？我觉得这一次的大选其实是一个非常非常重要的大选，比61年前新加坡独立时候的那个竞选更重要。我待会儿会解释给大家听为什么我这样想。我先跟你们说说我的故事，毕竟裕朗集选区的居民，你们还不认识我们，所以今天做一个小的那个介绍。我4岁的时候，我妈妈就把我推上那个电视台，唱了一首《妈妈好》，在小小天地唱了一首《妈妈好》。从那一刻起呢，就我的那个表演生涯跟艺术生涯就开始了。4岁的时候，那么我9岁的时候呢，你猜也猜不到，我呢是在街头的歌台长大的。每年7月份，7月歌台，我每晚都会跑3个不同的地方，一个地方唱3首歌，10块钱。你说一个晚上3个地方能赚多少钱？30块。跑1个月的歌台900块。所以从小我就知道，钱呢是挣来的，钱是赚来的，钱是一首歌一首歌唱，钱是1块钱1块钱赚来的，不是祖先给的，不是家里有的，是靠我们的本事去赚来的。我不是有钱人家的那个孩子，我是一个非常普通的新加坡人。这一次我觉得我有义务帮这个小党，这个年轻的党派，毕竟我2011年进过选，有过竞选的经验，我希望能够把那一次的那个经验跟 Michelle 和 Ravi 分享一下。毕竟这2个人他们有他们自己的年轻的政治理念，我要帮他们，所以我参加了红点同心党，我参加了 GE2020。我不知道你们怎么看现在的这个人民行动党政府？现在的人民行动党政府呢，跟以前你们所认识的人民行动党政府已经是不一样了。 完全是两回事情，完全是两回事情。我只有一个词句来形容今天的人民行动党，变化太多端，变化太多端。我解释一下，你看70年代，李光耀总理跟我们说：“你们必须就是帮帮我们，因为我们是小国嘛，大家必须就是把自己的家庭照顾好，工作做好，拿笔钱买政府组屋。”大家都是被李总理呼吁买组屋，大家都买。70年代你记得吗？我记得，我以前就是从我小的时候，我是住在那个大马路 North Bridge Road 亚兰索的那边，然后政府就赶到我们去了那个 Queenstown， 我在 Queenstown 住了20几年，住到我结婚为止。8800块，我父亲付8800块，帮李光耀总理建设我们的理想。那么到了1991年，吴作栋总理来领导我们的时候，他说：“Asset enhancement scheme 啊 ，asset enhancement scheme 啊，你的组屋会涨价的。如果组屋涨价的话，你的价值你自己的身价就能提高。你要投我们票，支持人民行动党。OK， 我们大家都支持。1991年，就是90年代的时候。现在那个180度的转变是太过惊人了，太过惊人。Lawrence Wong National Development 部长跟我们说，你们的99年的 Lisa， 当99变成0的时候，就是这样了啊，就是这样了，没变啊。我只有一个问题想问你们。当你们70年代买那个政府组屋的时候，你有没有想到有一天，你的那个组屋会等于0？变化太多端。30年前、40年前给我们的承诺，现在没有兑现，没有兑现，而且他们有很多地方都没有兑现。另外一个例子，简单的例子就是 CPF， 以前55岁能拿，然后变成58岁，然后变成63岁，以后不知道能拿不能拿还是另外一个问题。变化太多端，我不知道你有没有你晓不晓得，玉朗集选区人民行动党的那个队伍。提名日的几天前，他们还换人，你知道吗？他们还换人。前一阵子不是说陈春生要成为我们下一届的那个总理，又换人了。陈春生现在换成谁给了啊？为什么这样？为什么这样？难道人民行动党对这些那么严峻的问题？为什么没有一个清楚的看法跟做法呢？今天的人民行动党已经不是你们年轻时候的那个人民行动党了。我劝你们，这一次的大选，你必须就是谈到我们的那个标志，我们是以为我们的标志是一个 compass 啊，是一个方向针。今天有一个安迪跟我说，他说 compass 不像啊，像慢慢睁开的眼睛啊，像慢慢睁开的眼睛。对，我们今天必须有一双慢慢睁开的眼睛。我呼吁你们，看每一个政党，看每一个候选人，他们为什么踏入这个政治坛？是为了自己，还是为了你们？请看清楚，睁开眼睛看清楚。 非常重要。我们的未来，现在，我们孩子的未来，我们孙子的未来，全靠你今天投的，你这一阵子，你7月10号投的票。这一次的竞选是那么的重要。你看一下，这一届出了那么多新的领导人，蓝青报也出来了啊，李光耀的年轻的那个儿子李显阳也出来了。这是一个非常惊人的一种现象，你不觉得吗？为什么他们要出来？因为现在我们面对的问题非常严峻，所以这不是一个普普通通的选择，这也不是一个普普通通的选举。大家必须看清楚今天的事实。疫情是一个灾难，下来的日子不容易，整个东南亚的会有非常大的转变。美国跟中国的这个关系，贸易关系跟政治关系，会牵涉到东南亚的每一个国家，包括我们，包括新加坡这个小岛，这个小国。人民行动党还要在这一届就是谈到换什么人呢？换新人啊 ，4G 啊，我觉得这我不能理解他们的那个思维。选择一群就是不够经验的人来领导下来10几年那么严峻的这个场面，我不知道你们怎么想，我是没有信心，我对这一批人没有信心。1月份说，不用戴口罩，不允许戴口罩，口罩是留给就是护士啊、医生们用的，我们不用用。1月份的时候是这样，对吗？3月份变成什么？必须戴口罩，一定要戴口罩，不戴口罩犯法，罚款300块，变化太多端。这是新加坡到目前为止从独立以来最严峻的考验。现在你们的票数会决定你们孙子跟孩子们的未来。你们要想，为什么陈清木会出来？为什么李显阳会？李显阳他很直接的就是称赞了这一批的反对党的候选人。在他眼里，我们很明确的是为了你们才站出来的，不是为了我们自己。我们不会受益的，没有什么好受益。我们不是人民行动党的候选人，我们是反对党的候选人。我们为的是你，是我们孩子的未来。大家，你一定要想清楚，你一定要看清楚。最后，我要简单的说几句关于为什么国会那么重要？其实对我来说，国会比当考生更重要。当考生花花草草，对吗？是重要。estate 干净是重要，对吗？可是国会更加重要，为什么呢？我们全国的那个方向，每一个策略，每一个法案，都应该经过慎重的考虑跟辩论才定下来的。 现在因为国会不够反对党，效果是什么？效果是很多法案根本没有经过什么太深的那个思考，就过了。对新加坡人，这不是一件好事情。国会需要多几个反对党成员，国会需要深刻的、有力量的、有深度的辩论。只有你们能够增加在国会里的辩论。非选区议员没有把握的，没赖啊！只有你们选出来的议员，才真正在国会里有那个洪亮的声音，代表你们，代表我们。你这一次的票非常重要的，请记住，提高在国会里的辩论水平，把我们的那个法案纠正，能纠正的纠正，能改的就改，能撇掉的就撇掉。我们已经到那个时刻了，下来这5、6年、6、7年、10年，我们需要每一个愿意挺身而出的新加坡人来出主意，不只是人民行动党，每一个新加坡人都有责任，而且现在我们也有那个能力了。我们对全世界新加坡人现在有本事的是实在有本事，有经验的是实在有经验，不用怕了。不是只有人民行动党才有才干的人呢。新加坡人已经到了一个能够接受、能够容纳，在国会里有不同声音的成员的时候了。全靠你们。红点同心党能不能够有这个力量活下去、走下去、长大成人，全在你们的手里。7月10号，问问你自己，我是不是新加坡人？我就是你们，我是你儿子，我是你孙子，我是你爸爸，我是你兄弟，我是你哥哥，我是你的校长。我们都是为了新加坡，我们都是为了新加坡人，请投我们一票。谢谢。I think I've taken a lot of time speaking in Chinese to the older folks in your family, so I think I'm just going to leave talking about the arts and talking about the gig economy in our next session on Wednesday. You can join us then. I just want to close with a few remarks, and I hope to see you on Wednesday in our next upload of our recordings. I'm sure by now you will have known that the PAP has begun seriously dealing with the oppositional forces, right? I mean, 2 police reports have been made against Raiza Khan, Jamus Lim's team in Sengkang GRC. I want to leave you by just saying only one thing, and that is the only way that you can protect Jamus Lim and his team is to vote for them. The only way that we in Red Dot United can do something for you and put our sincerity in action and in service of you is if you vote for us. We need your vote. We are sincere, we are authentic, we are here. And some of us have done this before as well. We are here again because we believe we can and we should do something for our fellow Singaporeans. I want to end with a few lines from a poem by Alfian Sa'ad. It goes like this. May we sing from the walls of our conscience and the peace in our sleep. May we sing from the terror of our truth and the faith in our guilt. And may our echoes never sink in the valleys of our fear. May the echoes never sink in the valleys of our fear. I'm Alec Tok of the Red Dot United. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera kepada semua rakyat Singapura yang dihormati, terutama sekali pada para penduduk Jurong. Saya Liana Damira dan saya calon anda dari Parti Titik Merah Bersatu atau lebih dikenali sebagai RDU. Saya seorang ibu kepada 4 orang anak, seorang usahawan dan penulis buku bertajuk Homeless: The Untold Story of a Mother's Struggle in Crazy Rich Singapore. Peluang untuk berkongsi kisah saya penting, bukan sahaja untuk saya, tetapi untuk ramai keluarga lain yang melalui pengalaman yang seiras dengan saya. Dari pengalaman hidup saya sendiri dan melalui kerja-kerja sukarela bersama keluarga yang terpinggir, saya mendapati banyak lagi masalah yang lebih pesat dan biasanya tidak diceritakan di khayalak ramai. Baru-baru ini, kami dapat berkenalan dengan sebuah keluarga di blok sewa di Clementi. Keluarga ini terdiri dari 3 adik-beradik. 2 di antaranya lingkungan umur 20-an dan seorang lagi berumur 18 tahun. Mereka hidup bersendirian. Mereka berkongsi yang ibu mereka duduk di penjara dan mereka sudah lama tidak bersua muka dengan bapa mereka. Mereka juga tidak menerima bantuan daripada Comcare dan tidak tahu bagaimana untuk mencari bantuan. Pengalaman seperti ini mendorong saya untuk terus menyuarakan isu-isu yang selalu diketepikan. Pengalaman-pengalaman sebegini juga menjadi pembakar semangat bagi keputusan untuk menjadi calon anda. Kami menjamin untuk memberi yang terbaik demi melayani penduduk Jurong GRC dan mentadbirkan majlis pembandaraan dengan cekap. Jika dipilih untuk berkhidmat, kami akan memastikan semua proses tulus dan semua tanggungjawab ditunaikan. Di Parlimen, RDU secara konsisten akan memastikan sebuah polisi yang pengawal terpilih bertanggungjawab terhadap prinsip dan nilai janji Singapura kita. Kami akan bersuara untuk membolehkan rakyat Singapura menjadi nahoda kehidupan mereka sendiri sambil menjaga mereka yang memerlukan bantuan. Kami akan mendorong perubahan polisi di bidang pekerjaan dan perumahan untuk meningkatkan kehidupan dan kebahagiaan rakyat Singapura dan mengurangkan kegelisahan dan tekanan mereka. Salah satu dasar yang kami cadangkan adalah untuk memberi lebih warga bujang di Singapura untuk membeli BTO 3 bilik yang lebih besar atau lebih kecil dan menurunkan usia minimal pada Single Singapore Citizen Scheme dan The Joint Single Scheme secara progresif sehingga warga bujang dapat beli flat pada usia 30 tahun. Ini akan meringankan beban mereka yang bujang untuk tidak terlalu bergantung kepada ibu bapa mereka. Ini juga akan menangani mereka yang kurang upaya untuk mencari tempat tinggal yang sesuai menjadi penghambat perkahwinan awal. Kita juga perlu faham yang pada masa ini, subsidi penjanggaan bayi dan kanak-kanak yang diberikan kepada ibu bapa hanya jika ibu kepada kanak-kanak itu bekerja. Ini adalah salah satu insentif bagi ibu untuk kembali ke tempat kerja, tetapi juga merupakan cara diskriminasi ke atas ibu yang memilih untuk tinggal di rumah dan memelihara anak mereka sendiri. Untuk memberi pilihan yang setara kepada semua ibu bapa untuk pendidikan persekolah, semua ibu bapa harus menerima subsidi yang sama untuk suri rumah. Dengan ibu yang bekerja yang menghantar anak mereka ke pusat asuhan kanak-kanak atau pusat asuhan untuk program setengah hari. Polisi tersebut juga akan membantu mengatasi masalah kadar kesuburan kerana dengan lebih ramai warga Singapura yang menetap di usia yang lebih muda, ini akan mendorong mereka untuk berkeluarga dengan lebih awal. Kami juga mencadangkan pemerintah untuk memberi insentif di tempat-tempat kerja untuk mengembangkan polisi yang mesra keluarga. Ini mungkin dalam bentuk potongan cukai, izin kerja atau dalam perhargaan sendiri. Saya percaya dengan lebih banyak sokongan yang diberikan kepada generasi masa depan rakyat Singapura akan membantu meringankan fikiran mereka. Dear Singaporeans, and especially to our Jurong residents, thank you so much for joining us tonight. My name is Liana Damira, and I am your candidate from Red Dot United for Jurong GRC. I am a mother of 4, an entrepreneur, and the author of Homeless, the untold story of a mother's struggle in Crazy Rich Singapore. Having to tell my story is important, not only for me, but for many other families who are going through similar experiences as I had. Apart from my own lived experiences, I was exposed to the more pressing and usually not portrayed issues through my befriending and volunteering works for the other marginalized and underprivileged families. During our walkabout, one recent family that I got to know from one of the rental flats in Clementi consists of 3 siblings, 2 in their early 20s and an 18-year-old living on their own. They shared that their mother is currently incarcerated and they have not seen their father around for some time. They are also not receiving any financial assistance from Comcare and they did not know how to proceed to find help. We are in touch and will work together with these siblings closely to help them find the help and the support they need. Such experiences push me to keep advocating for the unheard and the voiceless. Such experiences are the fuel to my passion and the decision I made today to be your candidate and run for Parliament. As passionate as I have been advocating and helping the others in need, now as part of the RDU team, we guarantee that we will give our best to serve the residents of Jurong GRC and run their town council efficiently and prudently if elected, ensuring that all processes are transparent and that all responsibilities are fulfilled. In Parliament, RDU will consistently hold all policies and elected officials accountable to the principles and values of our Singapore Pledge. We will speak up to enable Singaporeans to be the captains of their own lives while caring for those in need of assistance. We will push for policy changes in areas such as jobs and housing to improve the lives and happiness of Singaporeans and reduce their anxiety and stress. One of which we are proposing is to allow singles to buy bigger 3-room or smaller BTO and lower the minimum age under the Single Singapore Citizen Scheme and the Joint Single Scheme. This progressively so that singles can eventually buy flats at age 30. This will ease the burden of singles to be less dependent on their parents. It will also address the perceived inability to finding suitable housing, which is a deterrent to early marriage. We will also have to look into the fact that presently, infant care and childcare subsidies are provided to parents only if the mother of the child is working. This is one of the incentives for mothers to return to the workforce, but also is yet another way to discriminate against parents who choose to stay at home in order to nurture their children personally. In order to provide all parents with equivalent options for preschool education, all parents should receive the same subsidies available to households with working mothers who send their children to childcare or infant care centres for half-day program. Such policies review will also help to address the issue of total fertility rate, as when there are more young Singaporeans settling in at a younger age, it will encourage them to not wait too long to have a family together. We are also proposing the government to incentivize workplaces to develop family-friendly policies. This could be in the form of tax rebates, reliefs, priorities for leases, and/or work permits, or even awards for recognition. I sincerely believe with more support and empathy given to future generations of Singapore, such gracious act will help ease the minds of many. I am Liana from Red Dot United, your candidate. Thank you.
Dear voters of Jurong GRC, my name is Ravi Philemon. Today, Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong said voters have to choose between stability and diversity. This is a false choice. Singaporeans know you cannot put all your eggs in one basket. Diversity is the only way to bring stability to Singapore in a post-COVID-19 world. My fellow candidates have explained to you why it is important for the voters of Jurong GRC to give us your votes. Before I continue giving my speech in English, let me say a few words in Tamil. அன்பான ஜூரோங் குழு தொகுதி வாக்காளர்களே, ஜூலை 10ஆம் தேதி ஒரு முக்கியமான நாள். உங்கள் வாக்குகளை நீங்கள் செலுத்தும் நாள். நீங்கள் வாக்களிக்கும் முன்னால் யாருக்காக, எதற்காக வாக்களிக்கிறோம் என்பதை ஒரு நிமிடம் யோசித்து பாருங்கள். இந்த தேர்தல் திரு தர்மன் நாடாளுமன்றத்தில் இருப்பாரா இல்லையா என்பதை தீர்மானம் செய்யும் ஒரு தேர்வு மட்டும் இல்லை. திரு தர்மன் நாடாளுமன்றத்தில் இருக்கிறாரோ இல்லையோ, அது உங்களுக்கு என்ன செய்யும், என்ன நன்மைகளை அளிக்கும்? இந்த தேர்தல் உங்களை பற்றியது. அநேகர் இந்த நேரத்தில் உங்கள் வேலைகளை இழந்திருக்கிறீர்கள். நிறைய பேர், நிறைய சிங்கப்பூர் நிறுவனங்கள் நெருக்கடிக்கு ஆளாகி இருக்கிறீர்கள். திரு தர்மனையும் அவர் குழுவையும் இந்த தேர்தலில் ஜெயிப்பது கஷ்டம்தான். இதை அறிந்தே நாங்கள் ஐவரும் இந்த ஜூரோங் குழு தொகுதியில் களம் இறங்கினோம். நீங்கள் ஞாபகம் வைத்துக் கொள்ள வேண்டியது ஒன்றே ஒன்றுதான். நீங்கள் எங்களுக்கு அளிக்கும் ஒவ்வொரு வாக்கும் திரு தர்மனையும் அவர் குழுவையும் சிங்கப்பூரர்களை கவனிக்க வைக்கும். அவர்கள் பிரச்சனைகளை சரி செய்யுமாறு இந்த PAP அரசாங்கத்தை உந்தி தள்ளும். ஜூரோங் வட்டாரம் எங்களுக்கு புதிதான ஒரு இடம் இல்லை. என் குடும்பம் இங்கே இருக்கிறது. என் நண்பர்கள் இந்த தொகுதியில் அவர்கள் குடும்பங்களோடு வாழ்கிறார்கள். உங்களை பாதிக்கும் ஒவ்வொரு பிரச்சனையும் எங்களையும் பாதிக்கும். அதனால் தேர்ந்தெடுக்கப்பட்டால் எங்கள் திறன்களை மிஞ்சி உங்களுக்காக உழைக்க நாங்கள் தயாராயிருக்கிறோம். உங்கள் பிரச்சனைகளை எங்கள் பிரச்சனையாய் எண்ணி அவைகளுக்கு தீர்வு காண்போம். ஜூலை 10 அன்று ஒன்றுபட்ட சிவப்பு புள்ளி கட்சிக்கு உங்கள் வாக்குகளை அளியுங்கள். உங்கள் வாக்கு ரகசியமானது. நன்றி. Dear voters, we want to go to Parliament to represent you, not to needle the PAP. What benefit is there for Singaporeans in us needling the PAP? We ask for your votes to put us in Parliament so that we can represent you, your problems in the highest office in the land, and bring quick solutions for you all. Look at our team. We have given you well-qualified people to choose from. We have many other professionals, lawyers, engineers, chartered accountants, etc., who are ready to come on board and help us if we are elected to manage this town efficiently. Many of us have families and friends who live in Jurong. Every problem that affects you also affects us. So we will find lasting solutions quickly for you because it is in our interest as well. When we are discussing fielding a team in Jurong, many of our friends and well-wishers tried to dissuade us. They pointed us to how Mr. Taman and his team had been among the highest scorers in the previous 2 elections. Mr. Taman is so popular that the whole of Jurong is named after him. Taman Jurong. That was a joke. But this election is not about Mr. Taman and his team. You may have voted for Mr. Taman in the last election, but how often have you seen him? When we were doing our walkabouts in Clementi Hawker Centre a few days ago, one voter was so happy to see Mr. Taman. On the ground, he told us, "I voted for Mr. Taman, but this is the first time I'm seeing him in the last 5 years. So he voted for Mr. Tharman, but he got Tan Wu Meng instead. How is the issue of whether Mr. Tharman will be in parliament or not is more important than you, your families, and the problems that you face. On July 10, when you go to the polls, remember that this election is about you. Many of you have lost your jobs. Many more will lose jobs in the months to come. Mr. Tharman believes that job support is the best remedy for those who lose their jobs. We agree. But what kind of new jobs do people who lose their jobs get? I know a woman who was working as a retail assistant earning $2,000 and lost her job. She found another job as a production operator, but her income dropped to $1,600. She is the sole breadwinner and has 2 school-going children and an elderly mother to support. $400 is a lot for her. How is her job, a low-paying job, the best support for this family? My own friend was a senior manager in the oil and gas sector and lost his high-paying job. Now, he works as a security guard, works 2 12-hour shifts on Sundays, and still earns just 1/5 of what he used to earn in the past. It has placed a huge strain on him. Not just financial strain, but also fractures in relationship between his wife and children, because they cannot have the same kind of lifestyle that they had in the past. How will more jobs give my friend better peace of mind? How will it save his family? Singaporeans need careers, not just job opportunities. So, let me get this straight. While foreign talents will be coming in to take up more permanent jobs because we are an open society, Mr. Tharman is urging Singaporeans to take up temporary assignments until more permanent ones open up. Dear Jurong voters, do you see that Mr. Tharman is part of the problem? No doubt, Mr. Tharman is a good man, but he is restrained by the ideology of the PAP, a government which places the interests of banks and multinational corporations above that of Singaporeans and our local businesses. The problem with the PAP government is that they are not entirely honest with Singaporeans. There is no transparency at all. Do you still remember that in early February, the government was telling us that we don't need to wear masks? One of our other candidates, our chairman, Ms. Michelle Lee, spoke about that earlier to you. What was the real reason for them telling us that? A leaked audio tape suggested that the main reason they told us to do this is because they were worried there may not be enough stockpile for the workers in the essential services sector. Why can't they treat us like adults and tell us the real reasons and tell us to make do with homemade masks or cloth masks like the ones we are using now? Singaporeans are very responsible people. Why don't they trust us? Mr. Tharman is no exception. In 2009, when people were questioning why Charles Goodyear, the former CEO of Temasek, resigned, Mr. Tharman acknowledged that it is a matter of public interest, but that it is not sufficient reason to disclose information. Where is the transparency? Where is the accountability? Temasek manages the people's monies. Why can't the government be more transparent with Singaporeans? And while we are at it, what is Ho Ching's salary? Why is that a state secret? Then again, in 2017, Mr. Tharman defended the controversial ministerial committee which was set up to investigate Oxley Gate. He was part of the team which exonerated PM Lee in Parliament in a private dispute he had with his brother and sister. I don't know who is in the right and who is in the wrong in the Oxley Gate saga, but I question how a person who cannot manage his own family can manage a country. PM Lee is the eldest brother, and after the passing of his dad, he is the father figure in his family. How can he not strike a compromise and invite his younger brother and sister to his house for Chinese New Year celebrations for several years? What kind of example is his leadership giving Singaporean families? So once again, this is not about Tharman or even about PM Lee or the Oxley Gate. It is about what's good for Singapore, what's good for Singaporeans. How can we make them focus how can we make them focus more on bettering the lives of Singaporeans? How can we make them create careers for us, not just job opportunities? How can we make them grow the wages of Singaporeans? Perhaps adjusting the ministerial salaries to peg it to the median wages in Singapore instead of the top 1,000 earners? This will perhaps do the trick. That way, they will start focusing on improving the wage share of ordinary Singaporeans. So, make them think harder, make them work harder. We may not win this election, but every vote that is cast for us will force the PAP government to make the right decision for Singaporeans. Dear Jurong voters, our symbol is the compass. The compass is not us, the candidates or the members of Red Dot United. The compass is you, the people of Singapore. We believe in collective wisdom. We believe that just like how the compass is always pointing in the right direction, you, the people of Singapore, will point this government in the right direction with your votes. Remember this when you go to the polls on July 10. Remember that your vote is secret. Remember that this election is about your family and you, about how you have to be empowered to be the captains of your own lives and your own families. Vote for Red Dot United. Thank you.